Hey everyone, welcome to Lillian Live in New York. I'm at my Connecticut studio this week again. No backaches though. Tonight we have a very special guest. She's my very good friend Lisi, and she's going to be talking about living life to the fullest. Live, love, and laugh. I know you've heard that phrase before, but she's somebody that really does live, love, and laugh. And in the face of what's going on right now, she's going to tell us all about what she does and what she's been doing. She is a New York realtor selling homes in crazy times. She was born and raised in Rockland County, New York. She also lived in LA for 20 years and has worn many hats, literally, and looks very good in them, by the way, throughout the years. And she's played the electric cello in rock bands. She was a certified trainer. She worked in marketing and events for Variety magazine. She worked in sales for Clear Channel. And then she went to reality television casting. Now she's back in Rockland, New York. She continues working in TV, but she's also a licensed New York realtor with Weichert Realty. She's always on the hustle to enjoy what she loves, her family, her friends, traveling the world when life permits again. Cooking with her hubby, by the way, who has delicious meals waiting for her, and they post about it. They post like every meal on Facebook, and it's really annoying because I'm not eating like that. But we're gonna have him on. Fantastic wine and her giant puppy. You can reach Lisi at Instagram at L Saria Casting. I'm gonna put that up here, and we're gonna put it up a little later. And now, without further ado, my friend Lisi Albert Guido. Hi, Lisi.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you tonight.
It's nice to see you, and that we don't have to put our masks on.
I know. I can finally wear lipstick.
I know, right? I know. How's it going? Tell me what's happening.
Oh my gosh. Well, you kind of just said it all in a nutshell. As I am back in New York, and I'm back in TV, or I should say still doing TV, doing casting and producing, and I'm currently working on a show that I can't discuss because we're still in the process of it. But I recently was working for a show for MTV at the top of the year, which was a lot of fun. And I'm also doing real estate. And
so let me ask you something. Going back to the casting, I know that you cast 21 seasons of America's Next Top Model. I know you worked with Hell's Kitchen and Survivor and various other reality shows. And I know there was some really cool travel involved. Tell us a little bit about, some of these great experiences. I mean, the shows alone are so cool, but what about the travel and everything you experienced?
Yes. I mean, honestly, getting into casting was a dream for me because coming from corporate world, working in an office with four walls around me, 9 to 5, just wasn't my thing, was not my jam at all. So going into casting and trying to find people initially, back in the days, you would go to bars and you would find them before social media and all of that. You physically would find people out on the streets every single day, every weekend. And that's how it started. So when I was working for America's Next Top Model, it was incredible. We were traveling all over the place. I went all over the country, practically to every state. So many cities. I met amazing people along the way. In addition, every season they would go somewhere internationally, and I was fortunate to go to a couple places with them. I went to Brazil and I went to Hawaii. And then most recently with Survivor, I was in Fiji. So that was great because they were filming there.
Wow, you really got lucky. I mean, most people never get there, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible. And the fact that these shows, Survivor is a beast. I mean, this show has been on for so long and they're still going strong. Same thing. I mean, America's Next Top Model is not airing anymore, but to have 24 seasons is incredible as well. So the fact that I was on both of them is just incredible. I love it.
That's amazing. Do you think you'll be doing some more? I know you mentioned earlier, but do you think you'll be doing some more of this type of like Survivor and those types of
I hope so. I mean, it is a feast or famine world. I'll tell you that. Everybody wants that job. Everybody wants that job. So
Well,
they're hard to get.
if you do, could I get an extra ticket to any of these places?
I will ask. I'll stick you in my suitcase if you want.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now, I know that you're doing real estate right now in New York, upstate New York, where you live in Rockland. And it was, it was amazing that you got your license a few years ago. And now with the pandemic, how useful is that license? Because there's been so many people that have left New York City, not me. But there's been so many people that have left by the droves who have, gone upstate, Jersey, tri-state area, across the country. How has that all been?
The market is absolutely insane. Not only because of what you just said, where everybody from the city is moving out in droves and they're buying these homes. It's like monopoly. It's crazy. But, the mortgage rates are really low. So it's kind of a catch-22. It's a buyer's market, but it's also a seller's market because people are putting their houses on the market and they're gone. They're getting accepted offers the day they come out. If they're priced well, then they're gone. And if you are, a buyer, it's a little tough because then the competition, you're trying to put in offers with many, many other people and they're getting over asking and there's bidding wars. But if you're a seller, you're very lucky because then you're selling your home.
Wow.
A lot easier than it was before. And then not to mention also with the pandemic, I was fortunate because I'm able to do this from home. Whereas I know a lot of people were not as fortunate and it's very sad, but I was able to do that. And also back to working in TV, I'm fortunate to have that as well. And they're doing all the precautions for COVID, which is fantastic. And it's amazing that I'm even able to do that because a lot of productions just shut down and it took a really, really long time to get back up and running.
So when you say that you're doing the real estate from home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you doing like videos? Like how do you do that?
So initially when the pandemic hit, you couldn't go and show anyone a house in person. Everything was virtual. So you would ask the homeowner to go and take a video. It was so bad. Like you had to ask them to take the video with their phone and then they would send it to you so that you could put together a virtual showing, so to speak.
Wow.
You just have them take the photos of the house and send it to you. So
that's perfect for you with your casting and editing and all that experience.
Yes. But again, a lot of people don't know how to do that. So I felt really bad for a lot of people don't know how to use the editing tools and just would take the photos and kind of piece it together. But it worked because there are people that were still coming up from the city that just wanted to get out and they were buying houses based on these virtual tours, sight unseen, so to speak. So they didn't even step foot in the house and they would still put in an offer and the houses were going.
What did they say to you when they did something like that? Were they like, oh my God, I'm desperate, I'm scared, I don't want, like how could somebody, like really they're buying sight unseen?
They're just ready to move and that was it. People were really scared when it hit and they were scared of what was happening in the city and they just wanted to get out. Go ahead.
I was going to say, don't they have to usually have someone walk through the house to make sure like everything's good? You know what I mean? Like to make sure and that, it's not sinking. Yeah.
I would and you would. But some people just were desperate and wanted to get out and they bought the house. Even the inspections were done differently. They were the appraisals were done by drive-bys, which is just crazy to me because you have to go inside and see the house. So everything was very peculiar but it worked for that time.
Wow.
And now as they started to open up with all the phases, now you could do things, but it's still not back to normal. Right now I have an open house this Sunday and you have to put a sign up and you can only let 2 people in at a time. They have to wait. And recently a colleague had 22 people at her open house. So there was a huge line of people and they had to wait outside until each person was done. And that's how it goes. Those are the rules now.
Wow. And are these people, are they coming from Manhattan, from the city?
Yes, they are coming from all boroughs in Manhattan and really all over.
And yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say also the difference is because the taxes. So Rockland County, if you ask me, I'll say the taxes are high. But for someone in the city, the taxes are low. And they think the houses are so much cheaper because comparatively, it's apples and oranges. You're comparing different things. So just if you were to go a little bit more upstate, I know you like to say I'm upstate, but I'm really only half an hour from the GW Bridge, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, Orange County, now that it's even less expensive up there, and the taxes are, a little bit lower than Rockland as well. I mean, some of the taxes in Rockland are pretty high in some of the areas.
Do you think this is going to continue?
I think that it's going to continue in a different way. I think people are happy with the being protected and so forth, but they're also frustrated with being blocked and not being able to do everything that they want to do. So I think in some respects, yes, in some respects, no. Every Tuesday, my office holds a virtual meeting. Nobody goes into the office for that. So that's probably going to stay like that for a long time. And I think that's going to be a company-wide thing. As far as the open houses, people are going to be careful. I don't think they're ever going to have a ton of people in the house, at least not in the next year or so. And in the real estate world, they think there's going to be another wave coming. There's talk of that. So we'll see.
And are the people, because they're so desperate to move, are they kind of like accepting first price? First, are they
Yes.
trying to negotiate? No.
I've had several people tell me that the first offer they get, they want to take, and that's it. Point example, for the house that I was just talking about where a colleague had an open house, it was listed on the market for 2 days. They had an open house on Sunday, and the owners already had an offer prior to the open house. So all the people going to this open house wanted, put their offers in. They didn't accept. I'm just saying they had an offer. So everybody has to now get their offers in quickly. And who knows? I don't know when they're going to make a decision, but it's just happening very fast. Now, I don't know with that person in particular, but I know other cases where they did accept day one or day two. And you see it because you see it on the market. It's only on for a day, and then already it says accepted offer.
Do you think some of these people that are the sellers were prompted to sell because it's a great it's a good market for them, or like they were planning to move, or they were like, oh wow, let me cash in on this kind of thing?
It's a little bit of both. I think you have some people that were wanting to sell and thinking about it, and then when they had this opportunity, they took it. So I have people that reach out to me and they're ready to sell, and they weren't going to sell maybe for 5 more years. Oh. It all depends on the market. The market keeps changing. I don't know if you remember many years ago, the market was so bad where people were paying way overpriced for homes, and the mortgages were obnoxious. And now when the mortgages are so low, you have so many people. That's another thing too. That's why you have so many buyers. When you can get a mortgage under 3%, that's insane.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I know. I live in Manhattan, and as you know, and there's actually a lot of inventory right now because people left, and hopefully I'll be able to find something a little bit bigger than what I'm in at this time. But it's some of the landlords, they don't want to budge, and they don't want to work with you, even though it's like, you know what, I may leave and you might not get somebody right away.
Well, I heard that in the city too. So how was that working out with the rents and the landlords in the pandemic?
Well, first of all, there's no evictions at this moment until January. It's being held off till January. But I know there's people that just haven't paid their rent, and then there's people that didn't pay and left. And then there's people that are paying like me. I paid, the full amount, and every month, and I have asked my landlord to reduce the rent because a lot of landlords have reduced the rent at least by 10%, and he's kind of dragging his feet. So I don't know. We'll see. I've been there a long time, the longest tenant. So we'll see. We'll see.
Want to buy a house?
What's that? Yeah, do I want to buy a house? Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm such a New Yorker. It's very hard for me to leave this city. I like to be able to walk outside and be in the mix, even though my friend from Texas thinks I live in a hovel, whatever that is. Anyway.
So you weren't nervous with the whole pandemic?
You know what? I'll tell you, the first 2 months of the pandemic, it's not that I was nervous. I was weirded out. I was like, what is going on? I've never seen the city like this. There's nobody walking around. I never saw a cab. are we going to get it from walking in the street? Are we going to, you heard somebody cough and you were like, get out of here. It was crazy. I think we were on high alert. So, and I didn't really, I wish I had more space, I wish I was somewhere, like I am now during the pandemic, during the beginning, because, it was hard to stay in the apartment all day, small apartment. But I'm not nervous. I'm just, wearing my mask and being smart. I go on the subways. I go on, I go about my life, but I wear the mask, and, I try to be careful. But, I do me, I keep going. Like you said, I live, love, and laugh. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's right. We talked about that. You got to do what makes you happy. And
Yes.
I'm glad you're being safe about it, but you still have to live and do you.
Right. And do you have anything like you want to say about that live, love, and laugh? Like, I know you're a hustler. I know you're like me in terms of you turn lemons into lemonade. Do you have any
I try. Yeah, I
tips?
mean, back to it's my old adage. I mean, I say it all the time. Live, love, laugh. You have to do what makes you happy. Everybody has issues. Everybody has something going on, but you just have to, it's how you handle it, really.
It is how you handle it. That's right.
And how you talk to people. Somebody can come up to you and be so nasty, and you don't know how to act to it. Your first instinct is to be nasty back, but you don't know where they just came from. You don't know what just happened to them. You don't know what news they might have heard or what they're going through in their life. So I just, you just have to be nice. You got to enjoy life. You have to take everything that life has to offer. I know not everybody has the best things in their life going on, and they might be like, well, what do you mean? I have a rough life. You don't know what you're talking about. But everybody does. It's not about money, and it's not about where you live, and it's not about the fancy things. It's about who's in your life and how you handle it, like I just
100%.
said.
Yeah, that's 100%. You're right. I mean, a lot of friends our age, they're telling me that they're minimizing. They don't want all this stuff. They don't need all this stuff. They want less and less.
Yes.
I understand. You're right. It's not about acquiring all this. It's about who you're with. That's all that matters. And I mean, listen, let's face it. I mean, you're getting fed really well. So
a little too well.
yeah, I mean, we don't all have that. So, I mean, a little biased over there. And the other thing I was going to say is I know that you are, before I get into what else you're doing, well, should I tell them what else, or should we talk about, or should we bring in Toby, or we bring Toby in later?
It's totally up to you. He's going to be a maniac. I'll do it at the end.
All right, I'll do it at the end. Okay, so Toby's another special guest. But anyway, another thing, I know you started doing something really cool and very relevant to what's happening right now, mask chains. Yes. Tell us about that.
So these things, it's more of an accessory, but they're just wonderful because they do clip onto your mask like this. So you can wear it as a necklace. And all you do, did you see my gray in my hair? That was really bad.
I know. But I have that mask.
I know you do. And you clip it on the ends, and all you do is you put it over your ears like that. But it's so great because it just hangs, and then you can hang your mask. So you don't have to take your mask off and throw it down the seat, throw it in your bag, which is so unsanitary anyway, because everyone's so worried about a clean mask, but then you take it off and you throw it down, especially on your desk or if you go out to eat or whatever. So I have 3 different colors.
Oh, yes. What are the colors?
They are silver, gunmetal black, and gold. And you can get it. I have an Etsy shop where I sell them, or you can DM me to that Instagram. And I am doing a 20%. So they're $25 on Etsy. And right now I'm doing 20% off until the end of the month, October 31st.
Okay. So if anybody is interested in these mask chains.
And by the way, they look chunky and they look heavy, but they're not. They're very lightweight.
Oh, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, Lisi just mentioned, you said, wait a minute, you can do a bracelet too, right?
You can make a necklace. So they're very multifunctional.
Oh, that's very cool. How did you decide to get into that?
Okay, it's funny that you asked that. And I hope she's watching. A girlfriend of mine was doing it and I loved it. And I told her, I said, I want to sell those. And we never connected on it. So I just went on my own and I started doing it.
Oh, wow. Did you steal her idea?
I did not. There's actually this girl who is called, it's very funny. There's this girl on Instagram who says she is the originator of the mask chain. She's very serious about it. And I guess she had these chains. I didn't know that, but if you research mask chains on Instagram, you'll find her. But there's a lot of people doing it, and there's all different styles from pearls to really thin, dainty style chains, and they have lanyards and all kinds of things. I'm going to get some different styles as well. But there's a lot of people doing it, is my point.
Yeah, no, but you know what? That's really cool because it's true. What do people do with their mask? I put my mask in a plastic bag in my purse because I feel like it's unsanitary. But yeah, you can keep that and then put it on, take it off. I think that's a great idea, and I like those chains.
Yeah, super stylish.
They are. So you, just to make sure, so you said, I'm going to put your Instagram up. So you said that if people are interested in these mask chains, they can DM you at El Saria Casting.
Yes. And I have all the information in my bio too. So in my bio is my other Instagrams. If you want to go into the Live, Love, Laugh by Lisi, you can actually do it directly there, or just DM me to El Saria Casting.
Okay. And what is the price? What's the price?
They are $25 on Etsy, and I'm doing a 20% off until October 31st.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yes.
And then did they have to mention that they saw this on Lillian Live in New York?
Yes, DM me and tell me that you saw it on Lillian Live New York, and you'll get the 20% off. And who doesn't like a good deal? I mean, come on.
Right on. But it's through the end of October, right?
Yes, October 31st.
All right, so time limited. Christmas is coming, everybody. Trust me. I say Christmas is coming once it's July 4th. Comes around fast. Comes around very fast.
Yes, it does.
So I want to see that big mush that you have over there.
Oh my gosh.
Where is he? Let me say hello to him.
Let me see if I can get.
I'm
gonna have to yell.
Okay,
Toby!
this is one of Lisi's things that makes her live.
Has him in the bedroom. Hold on, because I know this palatial estate is so big that he can't hear me.
By the way, I'm getting some comments. And Karen says that a lot of little kids have these chains at the school.
I took my headphones out. You talking to me?
I said I'm getting some comments. Karen said that a lot of little kids at school have these chains so they don't lose their masks.
Oh, awesome.
Might want to think about making kid size.
Yes. I was going to get smaller chains for kids. Exactly. Come here, baby. Come here.
Let's see the big guy.
Come here. My chair. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh my God, he's so big.
Hi, Toby.
Can you see him?
Come on. Yeah. Oh, he's so cute. Hi, Toby.
Toby, can you see Lillian? Look.
Oh my God. Hi. Okay, we're losing our mind. That dog is so cute. Hi, Toby. Oh my God. All right. So that's one of the things that makes you live, love, laugh. Phyllis is saying she loves Toby.
Oh, I love Toby too. I'm so glad. He's giant, right? Wait, what's giant? He's a big boy.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting a dog too in a couple of months, a little Pomeranian, but we'll see.
Yes, you said that. You should.
I know. I have to figure out about the training and all that kind of stuff. I might end up getting him and then leaving him with your sister, but we'll see. Anyway, I don't know if she's on watching, but anyway, Lisi, let me put your website up again, your Instagram up again. And so if anybody's interested in reaching out to Lisi for the necklaces, for real estate. You never know. You might end up on Survivor. You can reach Lisi at El Saria Casting. And Lisi, we're definitely going to reach out to Mike, your husband, to to see if maybe we'll have like a little cooking show, because
Absolutely.
really those dishes, it's really irritating on Facebook to see them
He could do
every
a teaching class.
But
He could do a teaching class, right?
I'd love that. That'd be fantastic. So Lisi, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lillian. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
Your sisters don't think that, but anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
I know it's been awesome,
Yes.
and I love having you here. I'm so glad you came, and I'm wishing you a lot of luck. I mean, you turn lemons into lemonade. By the way, I didn't mention Lisi was also a bartender. Imagine.
I've done it all.
All right, hon. We will talk soon.
All right. Sounds good. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
And now, if you're interested in finding out what I'm up to, you can check it out at hpvalliance.org. More to come on that in the coming weeks. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next week. Bye.